Good morning guys and welcome back to the channel. Today, the goal is to get this car actually drivable. So we got the wheels on yesterday. We need to roll and pull some of the fenders, add some camber here and there. We also want to get the mirrors back on, get the door handles back on, just get this thing in a drivable state to where we can actually take it out and enjoy it. So what we're gonna start off with is get up in the air. All the fenders have to be rolled except for this one. Some odd reason this fender is already rolled. So we're gonna leave that, roll the other three fenders. That wheel needs a little bit more camber to match this wheel. And then we need to do an alignment as well. But before we do the alignment, that tie rod end is destroyed. So we're gonna replace the tie rod end and then do the alignment, and then we should be able to move on from there. We got the wheels off. We are gonna go hit it with a fender roll real quick. The front fenders are always a little bit weird to do, so I actually use a hammer. I know it sounds a little bit weird, but if you use a typical fender roller, you end up, because they're so thin and flimsy, you end up pulling it way out more than you need to. See how flimsy that is? So yeah, front, I always just wrap up a hammer with a little bit of tape on it. I'll heat up the lip and then I'll tap the lip up. Rears though, we can use a fender roller on. So in the rear, I attempted to bolt on our fender roller, and the fender roller actually hit the caliper and kind of messed it up a little bit. We could either pull off the caliper or we could just put on the spacer real quick. I'm just gonna pop the spacer off the front, bolt it on the rear. That should give the roller enough space to clear the caliper. So when you're rolling fenders, you always want to heat up the lip. The reason for that is it heats up the paint. I know this is vinyl wrap, but I still obviously don't want to mess up the vinyl wrap. I've actually never rolled fenders on a wrapped card before, so I hope it doesn't like tear the wrap. We just got finished up rolling all the fenders. So what we're gonna move on to now, we gotta get the wheels back on the car. I do wanna swap out the tie rod end real quick. See how floppy this thing is. She very built. So we're gonna swap that out, get the wheels back on, get the car on the ground, do a quick alignment so we can actually drive this thing. And then I think we're gonna head down to Elko Tin Shop. I'm having some problems with some of the vinyl wrap sticking. I'll give you a good example. So on these door handles, they are all one piece on this main outer handle. And inside the wrap is starting to peel up. So what I need to do is probably re-wrap it, but we need to add some Primer 94 down there. It's a product that 3M makes, and it just makes everything stick really, really like almost kind of permanent in a way. So we got to go to Elko. He has some of that there that I'm gonna try to steal. And then we're gonna start doing some mods. We have taillights to install, diffuser to try to install. I don't know if it's gonna fit this bumper. And we also have a nice trunk clip I want to get on today as well. Oh, she's real tight now. We're gonna make sure everything's tight. I might actually even bust out the torque wrench and torque a lot of the stuff down to spec, like lower the strut mounts to the tie rod end we just installed. Make sure the coilovers are tight, make sure everything that we have touched over the last few days is tight. And then we're gonna get the wheels on. We're gonna do an at-home string alignment. Just set the toe, get it all straightened out, and we can head out. Ooh! Oh yeah, that's tons of clearance now. Oh, it's, dude, what? What? I could fist this thing. It's not low enough if I can do that. Oh, bro. We could go like 8 inches lower. So I fully maxed out the upper camber plates and the factory camber bolts as well. All negative camber because I thought I would need it, but I don't think I need nearly this much camber. I prefer to run less than more camber on this car. At least for now. Maybe in the future we'll make it a camber boy car, but for now I don't really want to. So I'm gonna jack it up and I'm just gonna pull camber out of these top plates right here. Wheel pokes out a little aggressive look. That's how much is off in the front. The rear is insanely bad. Every corner is like the toes way off. So we are starting to get alignment. I always do it this way. I've always done it this way and it seems to work pretty good. You have a jack stand at each corner and you run string around the car. Basically you want to pull the back of the string very, very tight. And then if you come up here, you can see this is how far our toe is off right now in the rear. Like I can almost fit my whole index finger in there. So it's way off in the rear. And then the front is way off as well. It goes way off when you lower it or adjust camber or anything like that. You always have to align the car. Let's start off with the rear, get the rear dialed in, and then we're gonna move on to the front. Oh God, no. It's gonna take some finagling, boys. The hardware for the lower control arm is very, very seized. All right, guys, so there's actually 2 different adjustments. This arm in the front of the hub, this is the primary toe adjustment. And then there's the lower control arm back here. The one that is connected to the coilover, this lower arm, that's primarily camber. Either arm will adjust both camber and toe. The one in the rear is gonna adjust more camber than toe. The one in the front is gonna adjust more toe than camber. So I'm actually gonna leave the rears alone. It seems like they're pretty stuck and crusty. And we can actually get some pretty decent toe adjustment out of these front arms. So the idea here is to get the front and back of the wheel on all 4 wheels to hit the string at the same time. That alignment took like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, when it should have taken like 10 minutes. So we finally got it done. Now we can go to Elko and get the primer so we can get the freaking door handles and mirrors back on the car.
Hey, what's up, man?
Yo, what up? Got a big favor to ask.
What's up?
Can I borrow a little bit of that primer 94? I'm having wrap that keeps lifting and I ordered some and it won't show up for like another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Should we take out the 10? We're gonna take this beauty out today. I have not driven this car. I think I've maybe driven it once since we got the shop and since we got the new house. So it's been a month and a half. Let me check the oil first, hold up. Found a glove, nice glove. Why do I have a glove hanging out? Oh, boy, brand new. Oh wait, I just changed the oil. Why are all my cars there? All the time. Do I just always leave lights on? got back from Elko and we got a little bit of Primer 94 in this bag right here. I don't know if it's gonna work or not because I'm just gonna peel it up, put some Primer 94 under it, and then stick it back down after the Primer 94 is dry. If that doesn't work, we're gonna just have to rewrap everything that is lifting up. There's so much stretch coming through these areas right here, and I ended up peeling off that piece because it was starting to lift. So much stretch that you kind of are forced to use primer, but I mean, if you're good, you probably wouldn't have to. So yeah, throw a little bit of primer on these and on the door handles as well, and hopefully it'll stick back down. Actually, I guess you know, bro. Since that's lifting, can I just put primer under there now and stick it back down, or should I rewrap it?
Rewrap it. I don't know if it'll stick or not. I don't think that'll work.
I'm gonna try it just to save time. I mean, I could just trim it right on this edge. Dude, every day I work on a car, I lose stuff. We got one mirror completely finished up. This is the one we had to redo, so this whole section right here is new. I didn't film it because I'm sure you guys are sick of watching me wrap for 3 years straight. So we're gonna go ahead and install this. I lost all the triangle, this trim piece right here. I don't know where they went. This is gonna be one of the very first mods that I guess we've done quite a few mods, never mind. Doesn't make any sense. But what we're doing tonight is throwing a set of new taillights on the car. That's like the biggest thing that I hate about the car right now, is these taillights. These are actually the same exact ones we run on the Black Eagle 8. They look very nice. Oh boy. Oh yeah, those are gonna look so much better. Let's swap one out real quick, show you guys a little side by side, show you guys how much better these things actually look. And yeah, we get the other one in. Taillights on the 8 and 9 are the easiest thing in the world to pull off. 2 screws right here, pull on it, and you're done. Fairly large difference. And these ones here are full LED, so these look so much better. Oh, way better, bro. Sick. Game changer. Let me turn them on. Let's see how good they look. I can appreciate it. So these taillights were actually donated by a subscriber, and bro, I forget your name. I looked through all my DMs, like as many as I could, and I could not find it. So huge shout out to you for sending over these taillights for the build. Really appreciate it. I will link these exact ones down below. I have the same ones on the Evo 8. So if you guys want to pick up a set, I think they're like $100, $200, pretty cheap. I'll link them down in the description box below. Today was definitely more of a low-key day, just fixing up a lot of little stuff on the Evo 8, but I'm glad we did it. That alignment was so far out of whack that the car couldn't really be driven. And of course, we gotta get the fenders rolled as well. So super stoked for that. That's me for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you tomorrow.